wake up each morning brimming with excitement, overjoyed to begin a new day? Does your work satisfy and fulfill you? Are your relationships healthy and supportive? Does your lifestyle support your dream version of you? And finally, are you happy? Join Mea Voce, mystic warrior and energy goddess, as she takes you on a journey through the amazing world of energy. Harness the infinite powers of the universe and allow your real light to shine through. Anything can be yours. You only just have to believe.
And hello. This is Mea Voce coming to you live from the big island of Hawaii on Om Times Radio. And how are we all doing? So our show today is on gratitude. We're spilling over from last week. And I have been working with the energy of gratitude for the past, so many days now. And I have to say I am in a fabulous mood because that's what gratitude does. It puts you in this beautiful, beautiful state. So we're going to start today by saying I am so grateful for all of you for joining me here in this sacred space that we create together and a sharing of thoughts and energy. It's just a beautiful time together and beautiful space. So I am grateful for that, just to start off our show on gratitude. I'm also grateful right now for the beautiful Hawaiian sun that is shining down on Volcano. There's a little light breeze just to bring you into my space. And sending you aloha from this beautiful island, beautiful healing island. The sun is shining, the birds are singing. My child is somewhere in the garden just enjoying being a child. Her Zoom meet finished all ready for the morning. And it is just an amazingly gorgeous and perfect day. So I share that all with you, and I'm hoping that finds you in an equally beautiful and healing and supportive environment for you. So we have so much to talk about today. And like I said, I'm just so excited because working in the energy of gratitude, and that is our focus, is talking about energy and what it feels like. Energy is to be felt with. It's not something that you put on the shelves and you go, okay, that was nice. No, you experience it. You feel it. So we're going to talk about what it feels like to be sitting in that energy of gratitude, how to cultivate it, how to get there, how to create that energy within yourself. And then what does it do? Why is it such a great thing? Why am I in such a good mood today working with this energy? Because that is what it does. But we're going to save that for a little bit. And my daughter, again, has brought her fun fact. She's really getting into this. I have to say, this was a mommy brainstorm project, right? Kids are all home, keep them something to do, give them a sense of purpose. We all need a sense of purpose. So she's really taking it on. I'm very proud of her, proud mommy here. So she's actually researching things she loves to make, goodness. So I'm going on a quick tangent here, but, PowerPoint slides, all this stuff that I let go of my corporate career years ago. The kids do this. And if you have little ones at home, they're making these PowerPoints and stuff. And she really enjoys it. I think I'm not sure I ever enjoyed it. But then again, I wasn't making them when I was 10. So anyway, she will be here at the bottom of the hour with some fun facts about Hawaii, some things that, I didn't know. So she'll be sharing that. And just gratitude today. We're just sitting in that space. So before we dive in, I just want to connect with universal energy. I'm going to start there. Last week we had the full moon. This cracked me up because I connected with the full moon energy, and I always put out on my Mea Voce website, my forecast, what is my personal connection with that energy. And I was really feeling that it was a lighter energy. And speaking to other intuitive astrologists, feeling the same thing. It was an energy of expansion. You had this energy of Scorpio. So yes, going within and asking some questions, who am I after all of this has happened? But really a lighter energy. And it was just like a break, after just such being pummeled by intense energy after intense energy. So I wrote this piece and put it out on my blog, and I had about 5 mother friends call me and go, what are you talking about, lighter energy? So let me just clarify that the energy in and of itself was a very different space from what we have been experiencing, and it's still present here, so which is why I bring it up, even though the full moon has passed. But it is still full moon. You know, when you have that full moon, it is an intense energy. And depending where you fall, in the Scorpio chart, if you have any, it's going to reach you, maybe more than others. And of course, in these days, we have very unusual days. We have houses filled with little beings that perhaps wouldn't be there. Other beings, furry beings. So buttons are just being pushed in general. So, okay, so we put that out there. But this energy continues. And it really is a lighter energy. I had a chance to connect this morning. Again, sitting out, I always go outside just as the sun is rising, and connect to everything that's around. And yes, this lighter energy. And I was pausing for a moment because I was getting this image. They're reminding me to share something with you, my guide. So I'll share that straight away. And so what's coming in is that this is a period right now of connection. And I was really feeling that word come out strongly. Connection and reconnection to those that you've journeyed with before. So they're just down, filling my mind with images right now. I say, okay, I get it. I don't need all of that. But watch in the next, I would say 3 months, that's coming up really strongly. And I don't know what's happening in July yet because I haven't connected that far ahead, but I'm just feeling something's in July. But watch who you connect with in these days. And it can be a connection even, through the internet. Just because you haven't met someone in person doesn't mean you haven't, walked with them in a different lifetime. So there's going to be these connections. So really be open to who's coming into your life. Yes, again, through these next 3 months, because I guarantee there's going to be people that you just, get on with right away. You know that feeling like you just walk in step with them. That's generally a sign that you've walked before with that person. So just be wary and be aware and be open, always be open to what the universe can present to you. That's a really big thing because we block ourselves all of the time. The universe has just these wonderful things. They want to connect with us. And we ourselves, because we're stuck in routine or there's boxes of constriction that we create, we block that energy from coming. But that is another story. Not going to focus on that today. We're going to get back to gratitude. Oh, and like I said, what an energy. I'm just in this beautiful space because I was really focusing on connecting with it to explain to you, what is this energy? What are some other words that we can talk about that help to manifest, help to generate this energy field? Because again, it's an energy field, just like anger is an energy field. Sadness, happiness, all of these things we call emotions, that's an energy field that we're creating within us. And next week, we will focus a lot about how to shift energy, how to recognize it, really start to work with it. Because what I'm really keen on is not just talking about this stuff that might be, either within your comfort zone or maybe it's new. Maybe this is a new viewpoint for you and not exactly in your comfort zone yet, but you're open to it and listening, but really using this stuff. That's just it. As energy, we can use it, and we can use it, of course, to manifest. We can use it to shift, and that's the focus specifically of next week, is of shifting your energies. But there's always a purpose to it. It's not just, something. So anyway, we're getting back into gratitude. So I just want to share with you one of my favorite quotes by Maya Angelou. And I was just perusing quotes this morning. And when I read this one, it just chokes me up. And that's another sign that energy is shifting, of that it's reaching you, because you have that release of emotion. So, okay. She says, "This is a wonderful day. I've never seen this one before." And that's it. That's her quote. And I love it. Like, I hope it reaches you in your heart space as it reaches me, because to me it represents the innocence in that moment. It represents the reverence, the sacredness that she's portraying. And that is the viewpoint of how I try to start my day. Just in that space of saying, you know what, this is a new day. Whatever happened yesterday, I'm going to cut the cords of energy from it. Tomorrow doesn't exist. That's a fantasy. Not going to deal with that. Just dealing with this day and this moment, and honoring that sacred nature to that. So I just wanted to share that with you because it really just touches my heart, and keys into me some of the key elements. Oh, that was a lot of keys of what is gratitude. But when I was connecting with the energy to describe what it feels like, so let's just talk about that for just a moment. What does it feel like to be in a place of gratitude? And I want you to think about it as well, because gratitude is not a thing in your mind, all right? It is a thing to be felt. So on that note, what I was feeling is that it's a sense of connection. Um, I'm most aptly keyed. Come out again. There must be something with keys. I got to think about that. But when I sit out in the morning, let's say, and have my morning meditation and the sun is rising, that for me is the easiest place to generate and to instill this sense of gratitude. Because it is that sense of connection. You know, the birds are singing, you feel the wind on your face, the sun is warming your face. It's that connection to everything that is. It's that connection to this sense of oneness, that we are part of all of this that's around us. So you have this sense of expansion, and that's a really key element when we're working with the energy. Again, the energy of gratitude is that it is this sense of expansion. Imagine yourself maybe before a huge ocean that brings that sense of expansion to you, or you're sitting in a forest, maybe you prefer forest, so you feel that. Anything that generates that sense of expansion. Now, you might be saying, well, Mia, but we don't live next to an ocean, don't live next to a forest. It's okay. You can just visualize that in your mind. That's the beautiful thing about energy, right? Of course, it's wonderful to be on a beach and to be really in that energy. But if you're just thinking about it, and this, so we talk about words, right? Words are energy, thoughts are energy, all right? So we have to embody that concept right now. But you can visualize yourself there, and it's really going to portray the same thing. It's going to give you that sense of expansion. Whatever creates that within your mind, that sense of expansion is going to help you to get to that place of gratitude. So I will tell you, I've run a lot of workshops when I was living in Sydney with women's groups about gratitude. And we did some very practical things. So what I say, and there's a lot of moms out there, and happy belated Mother's Day to everyone out there. We had a lovely day here. My daughter made me a cookie cake, which I told her is going to get me huge because all she's doing is baking. And it's just great because I turn around and there's cookies and there's cake and there's all sorts of stuff. So it's been nice having her home, my own little baker. So she baked me a cookie cake, and we had some other nice things throughout the day. So again, happy belated Mother's Day to everybody. Oh my goodness, I totally got me off track. We were talking about expansion. Yes, my mother's groups. It's the reason we went to mothers. So we would talk about gratitude in a very practical way. So let's say you're running a busy household, as everyone is now, with kids that never leave because they can't go anywhere. How do you find time for yourself to sit into that place of gratitude? So in our workshops, what we talked about was just waking up, even 10 minutes earlier than the kids. I know little kids wake up very early. My dear friend in Connecticut, who perhaps is listening, Leanne, if you are, just shout out to you and your family. Hello. Kids wake up early. I'm blessed with a child that doesn't want to wake up early. But I wake up early so that I can find time on my own. So anyway, 10 minutes, let's say. Set an alarm for just 10 minutes before your youngest is going to wake up so that you can have just this time to yourself to help you generate this sense of gratitude. And what we talked about in these groups was just simply maybe listing things, working with a lot of women that were in some dark places. And I know there's many of you out there that were all being tested and tried in very unique situations, right? So our energy might not be the strongest right now, might not be fulfilling ourselves because what naturally fulfills us is blocked off. All right. So this was the practice that we worked on, is waking up just a little bit early, and whatever place you're in at that time, you just start listing stuff, stuff around you. So for example, when you're lying in bed, say, I'm really grateful for this really comfortable bed. I love my comfortable bed personally. So it's more, those few moments before you get up, you just honor that. It's very comfortable. It's a warm space. And maybe, honor the fact that you have a roof over your head, that you have food in your fridge. Just start listing things that are important to you that come up that will help you to shift your energy, help you to generate that sense of gratitude. So try that. That's your homework, all right? Again, don't have to be by an ocean. A lot of the parks I know are still closed. Many, right, are closed. Here, they're just starting to open up a little bit, but still pretty much everything is still shut down. But you can visualize that into your mind, and you can bring that as a very simple practice to start your day. And the more you do that, the more that you begin your day in that space of gratitude and work to shift your energy out of wherever it was to that higher state, you're going to see how your life changes. And that's what we're going to get into in just a moment here, talking about, what is the purpose of gratitude really? What does it help us to achieve? What does it do for us energetically? What does it do for us as beings of light? So I'm going to pause there. I think that's a good time. And when we come back, we're going to get to, again, energy field. So how do you get there? How do you generate that sense of gratitude? And what does it do for all of us? So that's your homework. Let's think about that. Back in a moment.
Bringing a more conscious lifestyle to your world. Om Times Radio. IOM FM.
Ascending Hearts is no ordinary dating site, but a spiritual dating site with a purpose, to link you with your soulmate. We engineer the serendipity so you can trust that you will attune with someone that has the same matching vibration as you. Ascending Hearts, the conscious dating site for the spiritually aware. Try Ascending Hearts for free. AscendingHearts.com.
It is time to celebrate self-discovery and personal growth. But your efforts have to be consistent in order to stay balanced and to overcome depression and fears. So, what new books are available? How do you stay centered? Elizabeth Joyce and her guests will help you find out. That's Elizabeth Joyce on Let's Find Out, Mondays at 6 p.m. on OM Times Radio.
A social distancing tip.
Putting distance between yourself and others is critical to slowing the spread of coronavirus. So here are ways to stay in contact without the physical contact part. Call, send a text, set up a video conference, post on social media, dedicate a song on the radio. If you have symptoms of fever, dry cough, and shortness of breath, call your healthcare provider before going to their office. For more info, visit coronavirus.gov.
Let's all do our part, because we're all #alone together. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
And hello, this is Mea Voce here, your host and guide to the power of 5 here on OM Times Radio. We've been talking about gratitude, and that is our focus of today, about recognizing the energy of gratitude and cultivating that energy within us, and different techniques to get us there, to raise our vibration. And we were talking about, how does that feel, the energy of gratitude? It's a very heart-centered, heart chakra focusing energy. And when I'm sitting in it, I always feel this, this expansion we were talking about, and opening of that heart chakra, and opening of that space. So it is, of course, a higher vibration. It's about coming into alignment. It's really about letting go of everything. There's no expectations when we're sitting in gratitude, is there? There's no sense of fear. There's no sense of worry. And that's really one of the purposes of gratitude as an energy, is it really clears out our own energy field from those lower based emotions, which is probably why I'm in such a great place today, because I've been working so closely with gratitude for these last couple days to bring it more in line for you to understand. So yes, it clears out our lower vibrations and it raises our own. Really gets you into that space of love. I mean, really, let's be honest. It's just a space of love and peace. When we're not sitting in fear and worry, what's left? Well, peace, isn't there? And tranquility. It's just a beautiful space. It's a space of surrendering. There's no striving. There's no achievement. There's none of the things that society, all of the outside things tell us we need to focus on. This is really getting back to a sense of spirit, of that divine will, becoming in alignment with that divine will, coming into oneness with perfection, knowing that you too are perfect. You too are enough. And that's a big undercurrent with gratitude, isn't it? Is that it is enough. What you see around you, no matter what it is enough, right? And Eckhart Tolle has a great quote on, sorry, my daughter's has come in. We're getting ready for fun facts for kids. But he has a great quote that I'd like to share. And he says, acknowledging the good that you already have is the foundation of abundance. And that is so, so true. When we're sitting in a place of everything is enough, no judgment, no thoughts about it. Again, no striving for anything. It's just enough. The universe recognizes that vibration that you're sending out, again, coming from a sense of energy. And it says, yes, this is a person who's ready to receive more. So that's the miracle of gratitude, is that when you are able to achieve that energy field and sit in a space of oneness with everything that's around you and accept whatever is around you as is, the universe says, get more. Now I'm going to offer you more because your vibration is such that it's in a place of receiving. It's just a beautiful mixture of energies, a beautiful place to be. So we're going to pause right there on gratitude because my little one has marched in here. She's very excited to share some fun facts with you today. So I'm going to make some space for her. Hello. Would you like to say? Oh, wait, we have a surprise. Go, go, go. Oh, I have to move over. Okay, hurry. All right, we really planned for today's fun facts. So here we go. Can you come here and share your fun fact? Okay, no, that can't be. You're either going to come here and share or you're not going to come here and share. Okay. Okay, the topic of today, sorry, I did that wrong. That was the faux pas at that moment. We're going to have to work this out a little bit better, but we did have a little music. So the topic today, I've already shared with them, is on Hawaii. We have some interesting facts about Hawaii, right? Okay, is your little voice going to come over here and share now? Okay, come on. Let's go.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about Hawaii. So I have a fun fact. Hawaii is the most isolated landmass on the planet, at 2,500 miles from any other land. It has developed a unique and fragile ecosystem with over 3,000 native species of plants and animals, many of which are endangered or near extinction.
Okay.
We have some examples of the plants and animals. We have the marsh hibiscus and a sweet flag. And then we have the monk seal and a fruit bat, which are the two native animals to Hawaii.
Okay. And you were telling me, right, those are the only native animals to Hawaii? You were telling me this morning, is that right?
Yes, only the monk seal and the fruit bats are native to Hawaii. All the other animals are brought here from other countries and things.
From other places.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I didn't know any of that. That's very interesting. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. Okay. Thank you. All right, and that's Fun Facts for Kids here learning about Hawaii. I didn't know any of that, so that's very interesting. Thank you for sharing. Okay, go off into the sun. Well, I'm getting the mommy death stare today. I don't know. I think it's just too much. Two beings being forced together. So, yes, all right. Thank you, my child. Getting back to gratitude. Oh, goodness. That threw me into a place there. I have to find out what the death stare was for. And I'm sure you moms all know the death stare. You don't know where it comes from or why, but you know the face. So something wasn't just as she had wanted this morning. But anyway. Life with children 24/7. It's all wonderful and yes, interesting. So let me add at this point. So for those of you who would like to generate more kindness, compassion, and gratitude in your life, I've decided to offer an online meditation series starting next Thursday, May 21st. There will be 8 weeks of guided meditation, which I so enjoy bringing people into the space through a guided meditation. Nothing is read, nothing is pre-planned. Just go with the group and with the energy. But I really felt like what we need now in this world is some softness, right? It's really just been so harsh and so much change. And I've said it once, I'll say it again, that change is not something we human beings do well, generally. And there's been so much change. And everything's just shifting on a daily basis, it seems like. So I was thinking, yes, this would be a perfect time to offer some meditations. Again, 8 weeks of meditations. Probably will go longer. It generally does, but we're going to start with 8. And feel free to join for 1, join for 8, whatever you'd like. Information on my website, so mea5voce.com. But we will be focusing on getting into that heart space and really connecting with kindness, connecting with compassion, connecting with gratitude, clearing out our energy field from all of this stuff, that's happened for the last couple months, and really just taking a breath and taking a break. I know I feel like it's just been going and going and going. And although the universal energies right now are on this lighter space and this place of plateau, things are still going and going, aren't they? Going and going, and we don't know where. So it's really important to take that break. It is the message of my nonprofit, the Be Kind Revolution, which you can find at bekindrevolution.life. But that is the message, is shining the light of kindness and compassion onto ourselves and really learning to nurture ourselves, especially moms. My goodness, moms are in overload right now because it's very challenging to find time for yourself. I understand that when you've got little beings who are there and in need of your attention. But it is so important. We put up an Instagram photo a couple weeks ago, I think, on Be Kind, saying that self-care is not an option. Self-care is not a maybe. This is something that we need to focus on. And I don't think we've done a good job in society about that. So, it's time to switch that as well. So with this meditation series, that will be just your break. It's your gift to you. Spend 1 hour sitting there. That's all you have to do. Just log on. We'll do a Zoom like everyone else is. I'll give you the details. And you just sit and you enjoy. I will guide. And you just get to sit. Maybe at the end there's a few thoughts, but no, other than that, you just receive. And it's a lovely space, a guided meditation, because I will take you into that heart space and I'll take you into your energy field and we will clear. And you'll come out that hour feeling renewed. You'll feel better. You'll feel lighter. So offer yourself that gift. Really think about it. Again, starts next Thursday, May 21st. And come for 1, come when you can. But it is your gift to you, to make that time for yourself and get into your heart space of gratitude and kindness and compassion. And I'm really hoping this is energy that we see out in the world now more so. And that's, of course, with the Be Kind Revolution, what we're focusing on is to spread the light of kindness, connecting with that energy into your own self and then just sharing that. You can't share kindness and compassion or gratitude or any of these things if you yourself are in a lower based, stinky energy field, as my daughter says. Feeling stinky today. Okay. So it just means it's a heavier emotion, a heavier energy, a heavier vibration. So we want to clear that and just make space for the light to shine again. I mean, that's it. It really feels like we've been in this dark space for quite some time. Right, and we've talked about the last couple of weeks about being in this void, which the void energy is no beginning, no ending. It's, this cosmic soup of new beginnings. But I think with this energy here, what I'm feeling is again that we're making steps towards exiting the void. We're not there yet, but when I was connecting today, I got a clear image of us at the threshold. So let's put ourselves there. We're at the threshold of exiting the void and getting into the new beginnings, and how interesting this shall be. But let's do our best to weave into this fabric kindness and compassion. And of course, working with gratitude, even the 10 minutes, like we were saying, that little exercise before you wake up in the morning. Well, you can't, before you get up in the morning. So you've woken up, let's be specific. Ex-linguist hat here. So you're sitting there in your bedroom, and just those 10 minutes that you gift to yourself to raise your vibration. It's not a time to run through the million things in your head or about, for the next 10 years down the line. And that is another gift of gratitude, is that it puts us clearly into the now, into this now space. There is no room to think about past. There is no time to think about the future, which again doesn't exist yet. It brings us firmly into the now. And that is a space of, it's a space of beauty, because it really is the only space that there is in the now, that it really is the only real moment is in this now. And it is where you can manifest things. It's where you can send that energy out into the universe and have it received in that now moment. So yet another gift of gratitude is focusing us into that now energy. It's not a small energy. We spoke about in the very beginning about how this is expansion. And again, for me, that's the easiest way to get into a space of gratitude, is just imagining all that there is out there and knowing that I'm part of it, knowing that each of you is part of this in this divine plan, and that everything around you is perfect, no matter what it is and no matter what it looks like. That's the gift of gratitude, is saying that whatever I see before me, everything is okay. It is as it should be. And it is in this current moment, and it is enough. It is enough. One more time, because 3 is the magic number. It is enough. Which, of course, when you're creating that sense of enoughness, you're going off into expansion, right? And going off into abundance. All of those go hand in hand. A heart that's filled with gratitude. You can't have fear grow in that space. You won't have self-doubt grow in that space, or anger. Gratitude washes all of that away, because it is such a strong, high vibration. It will wash all of that away and leaves you with this sense of, I'd almost say bliss is the word coming to me, because those moments when I've truly, truly connected and sank into that energy of gratitude, that's what it feels like to me. It's the ultimate love, ultimate gift of love that you can feel for yourself and for everything around you. Your life. Again, no matter what it looks like, there's no judgment in gratitude. And going back to some of the workshops that I ran with women, just give you an example of perhaps what not to do with gratitude. But when you're making that list, if that works for you, that exercise in the morning and saying, I'm grateful for my head, I'm grateful for my bed. There was one woman I remember, she said, well, I'm grateful for the money I have in my bank. Okay. But I wish it was more. And I said, instantly we've thrown ourselves into lack. When I was thinking of that example this morning, I said, in a couple weeks' time, we're going to do a show on money, and we'll focus on the energy of money and how to bring that into abundance, and what you don't want to do ever, especially when working with gratitude, is to throw yourself into that place of lack. So maybe keep money out of it. It seems like a dangerous, minefield when we're working with gratitude. Let's stick to simpler things. Which, of course, is another sense of gratitude, is that honoring the simplicity of life and getting back to those simple things. And that is something that I really try to focus on now that my daughter is home every day. Tensions are running a little bit high at times. I think we're getting sick of each other and, need a little space. We have a very tiny house, but a very abundant garden, which we love to sit in and be in. So honoring the fact that, she's 11 now. She's not going to be 11 forever. Time goes by quickly. Just yesterday, I was pregnant with her. Just yesterday, I had her as a toddler. She's 11 already and already transitioning into a young maiden. I can see it. I can feel it. I can hear it with the attitude. My goodness, I don't know where the attitude came by, all of a sudden. But I really try to sink to that now moment and listen to her and honor the fact that, we do have this gift of space together. Maybe it doesn't feel like that, moms. I do get that. All right. Dads as well. I don't need to, to forget about the dads that are home. I know my own brother. I don't know if he's listening, but another shout out to my brother Mike and my nephew Oliver, and of course his wife Molly. Just got to go with the whole family here. There's a lot of dads home too, so we want to honor that fact. But how often do you have a chance to spend that much time with your kids? And again, I know you're going, oh, okay, I really don't want to spend that much time with my kids right now. I get that. But really think about it in the big scheme of things. If you have little ones at home, really just appreciate doing things with them, coloring or whatever the little things are, these simplistic things. Gratitude is not about big, complicated things. We humans, and you'll hear me say this so much, we humans overcomplicate everything. Gratitude is about that simplicity. It's about honoring the simplicity, honoring the sacred nature of life. I'm looking out my window and I can see the Hawaiian red ginger just kind of go back and forth in the wind, and just looking at that and saying that's a beautiful plant. It's only found here. How grateful am I to be able to share in this beautiful plant and a beautiful color here on this island. Just a simple, beautiful moment. So that's other homework for Out the Wake, is when you find your buttons getting pushed, really try to get into just that now moment and see if you can't find beauty in that moment. So back in a minute.
Your conscious connection to a more mindful world. Om Times Radio, IOM FM. Being a radio host on IOM FM allows you to build your show on a rich platform with the power of the internet to fulfill your outreach goals and connect with a very specialized and global online audience, unlimited by time and distance. Om Times Radio will provide you with web relevance, a recognizable conscious brand, and with the standard of excellence that has accompanied every single Om Times endeavor. Host your show with Om Times Radio Network.
Melissa from Michigan. I work an extra part-time job serving lunch at my child's school, but I still can't afford to put food on our table.
Daniel from California. Choosing whether to pay the rent or pay to fix the car to get to work doesn't leave us with much at all. Now we can't even pay for meals.
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
My name is Victor Furman. Some call me the Voice. I've always been fascinated with human nature, spirituality, science, and the crossroads at which they meet. Join me Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on Om Times Radio, and we'll explore these topics and so much more on Destination Unlimited.
And this is Mea Voce, again, your host and guide to the Power of Five, here found only on Om Times Radio, coming to you live this morning from the beautiful volcano on the big island of Hawaii. And we've been talking about gratitude today and the energy of gratitude and how to cultivate it into your own life and what it does for us. And I started out by saying that I'm just in this fabulous mood today because I've been working with the energy of gratitude this week in order to really understand it and to see what it feels like in our energy field so that, of course, I can share that with all of you. So expansion. Abundance. So just a quick word about the opposite, because sometimes when we talk about the opposite of something, it brings the other side into clear focus. So the opposite of gratitude would be lack, wouldn't it? If we're talking about abundance or talking about expansion on all of these higher vibrational energies, right down there is lack. So when you catch yourself being in that state of lack, through language or feelings of constriction, which it is, it's very constrictive energy, you want to bring in the opposite, right? So that bringing in that sense of expansion again, maybe visualizing yourself in front of the ocean. To me, that usually works. Because it's endless, doesn't it? The ocean seems endless, or you have this beautiful beach before you. And just bringing in that sense of expansion really opens your heart space, working with your chakras, so opening that heart chakra and allowing that sense of gratitude to cultivate, giving it some room to grow, let's say. On that note, I wanted to also mention about gratitude with children, because this is something that when I had my young one, now she's 11 years ago, and she started getting into the school age years, I was really fascinated. Well, how can we teach gratitude? How can we bring this into schools? How do you really cultivate that with little ones? And I'm not saying I have an answer either. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to set that up and say, here's the perfect answer, because I don't have one. But something that I have brought into my own parenting is that sense of expansion, is that sense of it's always enough. And that sense of excitement about the day. I had shared with you one of my favorite quotes by Maya Angelou, which I'll just share again. She says, "This is a wonderful day. I've never seen this one before." And I just love that because it has this sense of wonder, this excitement, this innocence. And to me, me, a parent, and maybe this will resonate with you. I think those are the qualities of a child that they can resonate with. This is a new day. So when my daughter comes out of the house and finds me outside in the garden doing my thinking and my writing and just being, my meditation, I say to her straight up, look, it's a beautiful day. We have the whole day before us. What are we going to do today? And it's usually met with a grump. Just be honest. I know in some way it sinks into her head. And I can hear it reflected back, as she wakes up and begins her day. But normally it's met with a But that's my gift of gratitude to her, that sense of wonder, that sense of endless possibility, and the sense of no matter what we see around us, it's okay and it's enough. We're not going to talk about lack, not going to talk about worries or fears. She, like all of the women in my family, are worriers, which is why I got into meditation, which is why I got into this field, because I knew there had to be another way. My brain nearly destroyed me, honestly, growing up, because I was so consumed with worry. I was so consumed with thinking about the future and things that could happen. Trust me, I have been there. Panic attacks, I know them well. And so I knew there had to be another way. And so I was always drawn towards the field of meditation and clearing my mind. There's a reason that we get into these things, right? And it's to help heal ourselves and to understand it, because then I have something that I can stand before you and say, look, I've been there. This is what I've done. This is what has helped. A dear sister and I had a meditation center, Our Sacred Space, in Sydney that we ran for a few years together. That was our focus, is helping women, which was my goal, my base at that point, as I was working with women and women's groups, just helping them to clear your mind, and to ground and to connect and to find that place of peace, to work with gratitude and these exercises that I shared with you, these very simple exercises to take time for yourself in the middle of the beginning of the day. Middle of the day is good too. And I've got to share with you, I took a nap yesterday, and that was just a blessing from heaven. It was like the most beautiful gift that my daughter could have given me. Well, okay, I kind of enforced it. But still, what a beautiful thing to take a time out in the middle of the day. And moms, it's okay to take a time out during the middle of the day, assuming that you don't have a little infant, that's running after you. But taking that gift, taking that time, yes, bringing that sense of excitement and wonder. We adults, we lose that sense, don't we? It becomes all about work. It becomes all about X, Y, and Z, things that have to happen and blah, 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 all the non-fun stuff, the mortgage, this and that. What about cultivating that sense of wonder and innocence? To me, that goes hand in hand with gratitude, is being okay, being in that now and just appreciating all of the beauty around us, appreciating the fact that I'm part of it, this perfection that is nature, this harmony that is out there in nature, that I'm part of this infinite plan. That helps me to cultivate that sense of gratitude, because that's what it's all about. Looking down at my little doggy now, who's begging to come up and seeing the sun outside, saying, "Mommy, that's enough. Let's go outside in the sun. Why aren't we there already?" So anyway, bringing that sense of gratitude. But back to the children. I have often wondered, how do you teach gratitude? How do you bring that? Because it really is something that is felt within us, focusing on that heart chakra. So I don't know. I'd be really open to hear from other families, other parents. How do you bring a sense of gratitude to your children? What's something that your schools have done? I would really, really be interested to hear that. I've shared with you what I've done, just starting the day in that sense of wonder, accepting what's around us. My daughter and I have been through gobs of change in this past year alone with the passing of her father last January. Our whole lives are changed. Our whole lives are different. So for me, it was offering her this anchor of stability, that sense of gratitude, and it's okay. We're here today. This is a wonderful day. Let's make the most of it in whatever place I was at that time, and carrying her through that. And I know it's rubbed off on her, because I can see she's a resilient little thing. But there's got to be other ways. So anyway, if you have some thoughts, jump on my Facebook, Mea Voce. I would love to hear from you about what has happened in your world with your kids and sense of gratitude, and especially going through this time, this crazy time that we have right now. What have you done in your house to keep it stable and keep it sane? So anyway, this is a personal interest of mine. Would love to hear from all of you. So we have talked a lot today about gratitude, the energy of gratitude, what it feels like, that sense of expansion, a sense of connectedness, the sense of oneness with everything. It, of course, is being in the present moment. You can't be in a place of gratitude and be thinking 10 years down the road. You can't be in a place of gratitude lamenting what happened yesterday. It's all about the now and the acceptance of now. And the beautiful thing is, if you can get to that place of acceptance, get into that place of thankfulness, the universe sends you gifts saying thank you and sends you more. So it's in accepting what we have around us at this moment. If we can get to that place, the universe recognizes it and sends us more love, sends us more people that are supportive around us, whatever it is that's in your heart space that you're looking to attract. The universe sends it out to you. So it's just wonderful, magical energy that is oh so powerful and really connects us instantly to the divine, connects us to everything that's out there. It's hard to be in a bad mood. Like I said, it's hard to be in that space when you're sitting in gratitude. I'd say it's nearly impossible, because gratitude is such a high vibration, and it is clearing your energy field and getting rid of all those other thoughts, the thoughts of self-doubt, thoughts of fear, thoughts of worry. None of that belongs in gratitude. It can't take root. It can't grow in a space of gratitude. So let's try throughout the week, right? Actually, I'm not even going to say try. A friend of mine, a healer, intuitive friend, whenever I say try, he goes, oh, forget it. I'm not listening anymore. Because try, of course, is you're not really getting anywhere, are you? The definition of the word. If you're going to try something, you're not really committing to it. So he gets very frustrated with me when I say try. So we're going to throw that word out because he's absolutely right. I'm going to say make that commitment to yourself. Bring gratitude into your day, even if it's 5-10 minutes. You're still changing that energy field. You're still cultivating that energy of gratitude. Caught myself again. See, okay, because it's hard to change habits sometimes. But bringing that into your day on a daily basis, you see how your life will change. You'll clear out those lower base energies, and you'll bring yourself to that higher vibration, and you'll commit to you. In committing to you and that act of self-love and that act of compassion and kindness is a huge thing that the universe responds to. It's a huge thing. So as we move and journey throughout our week, let's bring that practice into our day. 5 minutes, like I said. You can count your blessings, as it says, and go through things around you that you are grateful for. You can bring in that sense of expansion and visualize yourself in front of the ocean or a forest or whatever represents expansion to you. You know, if you're deathly afraid of water, probably the ocean is not the best visualization. But whatever represents expansion to you, bring those things in on a daily basis, and we will catch you next week. And let's talk about little changes that's made. And I would love to hear from you throughout the week. Facebook is open, and just share your thoughts. You know, if you're journeying with me and are working with gratitude, share your thoughts on gratitude, and let's really build that energy. You know, let's see how that's changed your day, how it's changed your mood, how it's elevated you. Little things that have come to you. You know, when you're working with gratitude, little things become miracles. And that, again, is a beautiful, beautiful space. Yes, I get very excited about all of this. And of course, working with gratitude all week has brought me to that space. So I, maybe a week ahead of you, can tell you that, yes, it's just a beautiful energy, and everything just rather melts away. And we really need that right now. We really need to have this ray of light and this kindness and this softness, which the universal energies are reflecting right now. So what a time as the week progresses to just spend time for you, spend some quiet time, and bring in that sense of gratitude. See if you can't feel what I'm describing to you about that expansion, feeling your heart space open, feeling the warmth. You know, it's a very warm energy. It's not an overwhelming energy. It's just a warm, comforting, nurturing, beautiful energy. So doesn't that all sound fabulous, right? So rush out right after this, find a tree, a spot in nature, and then just say, yeah, I wanna feel that myself. Which brings me to another point, excitement. You know, excitement to me is part of gratitude because you're excited about your life. You're excited about being a part of it, you know, being able to journey, having this experience. To me, those go hand in hand. So see if that you can't cultivate that again into your meditation. But I'd love to hear what you're picking up. So jump on the Facebook at Mea Voce, and have a share. You know, tell us how that affected you during the day, during the week. Maybe some other pointers that you have that you can share with others. What you've done with your children to cultivate that sense of gratitude. You know, it's trying times, so it might be the last thing from their minds right now. But as us parents, of course, you know, that's something that is very important, you know, to instill in the younger generations so that they can bring that into the world. If we want to create a world that is focused on gratitude and love and kindness and compassion, as our focus is on the Be Kind revolution, then we need to be teaching our kids this in some way. Emulating it. We need to be mirroring it. So in my way, that is what I try by having excitement for my morning, showering my little one with kisses that she just turns around and grumps away. But I know it's sinking in. I know it's sinking in at some level. So as I mentioned, next Thursday, May 21st, starting a meditation series focusing on gratitude, kindness, compassion, self-love, self-love, self-love. I had to say it 3 times because how important that is as our superpower. So would love for you to join me. Information on the website, meavoce.com. Come for 1, come for 8, come for whatever you'd like, but that's a gift to yourself. So I'm really looking forward to meeting you in that Zoom space. That is our new space, right? But works so well with meditation. So hopefully I will see you very shortly. So next week we'll be talking more about energy, how to shift it, how to recognize it, how to really start working with it in your body. This might be completely new to you about thinking of yourself as an energy being. But when you start to do that, you oh my goodness, watch out, because so much is possible. There's an infinite land of possibilities around us, so we just have to believe that things are possible, and you see what happens, right? Oh, the time is up already. It just seems like it goes so quickly. So thank you again. So I am so grateful to have had this hour with you. Thank you again for joining me, and I will see you next week when we start talking more about energy shifts. So from my heart to your heart, we are all one, and have a beautiful week. Bye-bye.